Hello and welcome to day 9 of our series. Today is one I'm really excited for. We are going to be making a fire lookout. So I was thinking, this whole area is kind of flat. We'd want one like more on a hill. I guess right here is kind of tall. But so it's kind of over here. And if we did it over here, then we could see these other houses that we've built. And I do kind of like that idea. Right here, I think would be, yes, an excellent view. Where is that one we built? There it is. It's in this cluster of trees. That's our day 2. Ooh, what's over here? Oh wow, look at this. There's just like a little pit with a pond in it. Spooky. Maybe we'll have to do something here. This would actually be really cute. Okay, anyways. Back to our spot. Okay, right here looks good to me. Okay. Yes. I think I'm gonna start by... Oh, hello, sheep. I think I'm gonna... Whoa. Did not mean to start flying right there. I think I'm gonna tear out all these trees real quick. Just this little cluster. And then we'll start building. Alright, and I don't think we really need to flatten anything because it'll mostly be in the air. Okay, let's go over materials while all these trees despawn. We could do dark oak for the stairs, which I think would be pretty appropriate. Well, or should we do spruce? Because this is a spruce forest. The only issue with that is then we'll get really light wooded crosses on it. Okay, let's stick with the dark oak logs. Maybe we should even just do the full-on this log. But we're gonna make, it's gonna be a square because most of my here are square, and we're just gonna make some pillars. So we'll do one right here. Let's see, we're gonna want kind of a large square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe we'll play with evens too. Okay, is this gonna be too big? I don't think so. Okay, we'll do a 10 by 10 square. Alright, and we're gonna need to decide on a height for this. Which, it doesn't need to be too tall, just tall enough. I mean, I'd say this is solid. How does that look? I think that looks pretty good actually. What height is this? Oops. 111. Okay, wow. Hello? I think my spacebar is breaking. This should be a pretty good base, and I think we should go in with the crosses that you see on all of them. Before we do anything here at the top, so we know it's gonna be the correct height for our cross pattern. And honestly, I was thinking we should just keep it real simple, like this, and just do X's like that all the way up on all sides. And let's see, these two will be the center. Actually, let's see, it'll meet here, and then both of these are supposed to be like upside down blocks, so maybe we'll just make these full blocks, and then I think we can continue from there. Upside down, yeah, like this. And I think that's gonna be pretty normal. Yeah, I think that looks good. Or instead of having this block, we could just take out this row, which might look better. So we just have this type of thing going on. Hold on, let me build this out a little bit so we can kind of see how it looks. Okay. Actually, I like this one a little more. Okay, we're gonna do this kind of style. Just like this. Wow, this is a lot of back and forth. And then I think we'll have like a block gap before we start it again. Or do we need to do it? I think we might need to do it touching, actually. Directly above, like that. Wait, I don't know. What if right here we just did a full block and went straight back off of it? No, this won't work. Whatever. We'll just keep going like this. I don't want to dwell on this too long. I think I'm gonna do this crisscross pattern all the way up and then I'll be back. Alright, the height we chose was like almost perfect. Now, one thing I did just realize is I pulled up some pictures of whatever this thing is. Fire escape? It's not a fire escape. Whatever, they actually have rows in between each of these. Which is actually quite annoying that I just realized this now. But I'm hoping we could just put in, like for an example, a slab across like this and it'll look good. I don't know about that. Well, we could do like a double thing, like this. I don't know, it's not giving the same vibes, honestly. Oh, does this really mean I'm gonna have to take this down and redo it? It might. Because I feel like we should probably do this with logs, but the way we've done this, you know, can't quite do that. I suppose what we do is redo this. It's quite annoying, but I'll be back. And actually, now that we know the design looks good, maybe I'll just like do the whole thing real quick. Okay, not gonna lie, that took longer than I thought, and I did have to raise these all one, and I'm raising them again so that we can put in this final kind of base. And you know, one thing I was thinking about while I built that is I'm not sure if this is a type of land you would necessarily be worried about catching on fire, but hey, with the amount of campfires and just fires around, maybe you'd still wanna want one of these out here. So anyways, we've got this beautiful tower. Maybe it's a little bit big. Actually, no, I don't think so. I think that's low-key the perfect size. Okay, and next thing I think we should do is make a way up. And most of the things I'm seeing have some type of staircase within or on the outside. Well, most of the pictures I'm seeing, actually, I don't know. They're all different. I think it might look messy if we put one on the inside, so maybe let's put one on the outside. And I was thinking we could do that with these spruce stairs. And maybe we could put some spruce shelves for safety rails. Maybe we'll put not an oak, a spruce slab underneath every stair, so it's a little bit different from these, at least. Or isn't that gonna look a little weird? Let's see. I don't think this is necessarily the weirdest. I don't know, should we do stairs like this as well? Actually, I kind of like the slabs. We'll stick with the slabs. And I suppose we'll start that here, because why not? And we'll just go up and around this entire thing. And let's see, yeah, the corners, we should be able to just do that. Does that look weird? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, I'm just gonna do this up the entire thing real quick. And then I'll slap these on the sides, just like, well, we actually might have to do this thing, but just like this. And I'm also gonna run and put these on the inside wherever we can. There is our staircase. I think that looks pretty decent. And now we get to build this up here. And maybe it's just the stairs, but I'm kind of feeling these planks. But I was thinking about this. We do want this to stick out over the side a little bit. I'm not sure how far, because let's build the cabin. Let me see my pictures. It looks like the cabins are typically, like the walls are above the supporting beams. Yeah, so this is a cabin. We're gonna want at least 2 blocks to walk and then 1 more for a guardrail. Let's see how this looks. Okay, I don't think that's bad at all. Yes. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring this out too. And should we round it? No. I think most of them are pretty square, which makes this is kind of like the perfect Minecraft build. Wait, hold on. Can I get up here? No. Okay. What about now? Yes. All right. So 1, 2. Yes. Okay. This looks good. And actually, maybe instead of stairs, we do slabs. How do we feel about that? Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Is this gonna be too big? We might have made this look really big. They're usually kind of small, huh? Oops. I am not redoing this scaffolding though. Okay, yeah, it feels a little big, so maybe to make it a little smaller, we'll just kick out this outer ring and then move this slab in 1 row. Okay, that's definitely better. And I'm almost wondering, even though most things we see do have a little hut directly above these stakes, maybe what we'll do is we'll push it in 1. So, like, this will be the base of our house. And maybe let's switch to some spruce for this. So, wait. Or is that like too matching with the thing? I don't know. Actually, maybe this doesn't look good though if we only do it right there. Okay. Yeah, ignore what I said. Let's go back to our original plan. You know what? I'm not sure that I'm too happy with the scale of this thing. I feel like it might be a little big. And if this was any other world, I'd tear it down and restart, but I'm a bit time limited. So we'll bring these up 3. Then I think the roof will go on top of this. And on the pictures I'm seeing, it looks like most of them kind of have a bit of an awning come out, like to cover a lot of the thing. Maybe we don't want to go out all the way. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think that looks bad. Okay. And we really need to switch up materials. So let's look at this. Let's do some deep slate tiles. It's been a while since I have messed with any of these deep slate tiles. Okay. Yeah, I think this will look good. And we're basically just gonna do this all the way around. Make this kind of awning. And I don't want it to mirror this too closely, which is why I'm not filling in the corners. And we're gonna come up 1 for the next row inwards. And okay, maybe 1 more up, and maybe we'll raise the corners up a slab. Just for, I don't know, looks. Okay. Okay, we're slowly starting to build this up. Let's add some type of railing. I'm feeling spruce because I'm always feeling spruce. Let's try some birch. Actually feels like some light colors could look really good on this build. I did also kind of wonder if we should put some supports going down this staircase, like, oh wait, this is a slab, so I guess we couldn't do it. I was thinking of putting them right under this block all the way down, but perhaps not. And we could also put a wall in the corner of all these, but we'll see if we think we need it. It's really important to know when to add in more detail and when to keep it simple. And not even I've truly mastered that, but okay. I feel like this is looking good. It's probably good as a stone roof too, because we don't want it to burn down if lightning strikes. That'd be pretty ironic, a fire lookout thing burning down. But anyways, it is time to build the inside of this, I think. Okay, so thinking about this, I almost wonder, I feel like all fire lookouts that I've seen online have just basically a ton of windows. Okay, wait, I forgot we made this even. But maybe that means we could do windows like this, yes. So maybe we'll put pillars like this, but then we'll just fill in glass. Wait, how do I get back inside? I'm trapped. I'm trapped on the outside. Oh wait, here we go. Alright, I do like that idea, and maybe fill in the bottoms, because then you'll get like a pretty nice view. Okay, yeah. Then where's our staircase? We'll need an entrance on this side. So probably it will be right here. We might change this later, but we'll do some doors here. Maybe we'll just do one door. I feel like that fits the vibes of one of these fire lookouts more. I've actually always wanted to hike out to like one of these and camp in it. I feel like that would be like an epic experience, especially if it's like raining outside or something. But apparently there's not very many that you can just hike to and stay in, so they tend to get crowded, which is kind of a bummer because I feel like the whole point of these is solitude. It's definitely going to be a challenge to make it cozy in here with this type of setup, but I think we could do it. Okay, and I think to just not obscure the view too much, we're going to do glass. Glass panes. You know, one thing, I know the corner of this block is showing out, but we could do, oops, a row of wood. And it might help it feel a little cozier in here, but I don't know. Let's stick with this for now. Okay, we got all the glass in, and maybe we can put in one of the ceilings that we typically do, and maybe we'll make it a little more elaborate than normal. Okay, where's the center? Is this the center? Ooh, we don't have a center. I said that really weird. Okay. And then maybe some of this stuff along the outsides. This might not look good. I'm just kind of winging this design. Okay, well, I mean, not the worst. But you know what? Not the best. Let's not settle. Never settle. Okay, maybe we'll do this kind of like birch and oak thing. And wait. I'm quite confused. I'm confusing myself. Maybe we'll do like a circle like that. And oh my goodness, this is quickly getting out of hand. Okay, wait. Let's fill this in and see if it looks good, and if not, we're gonna resort to something we know looks good. Okay. This is honestly pretty elaborate, and I can't really back up to look at it since it's just on the ceiling. But I actually do kind of like this. We could honestly do some patterns on the floor too, but we'll stick to this right now. Okay, and maybe we'll put a birch door. I do like the birch doors. I'm actually growing to kind of like birch. This is our fire lookout, and let's light this up with, I feel like let's use torches. Lanterns can get pretty overused, so I think we'll just slap one on each corner. I always love how those look. Alright, should we light up the rest of this? You know, one thing I actually see quite a lot. Oh, hold on, is this is a lower slab. We'd have to raise this. But on really tall structures, I always see those little red lights. I don't know if it's like a thing for airplanes or something, or what requires buildings to have little red lights on them. But maybe we'll do this. Oh, this looks sick. Although, oops. Maybe we need to taper this out a little so these aren't sticking up kind of oddly. Okay. I think this is looking like honestly pretty cool. It definitely looks like a fire lookout. A little bit of a bigger one. But you know what? That's alright. That's alright. Let's see. I think we're good for the interior now. Okay, we're definitely gonna need a something to keep warm. I think most of them have stoves. So let's see. Let's get some kind of stone. Ooh, you know what? I love using smooth stone, but I low-key always forget it exists. The only issue is it doesn't really have like a wall counterpart, so we might just have to use, maybe this diorite wall might look okay with it. And should we put that in this corner? I don't know. I guess it's gonna have to be kind of big if we want something in the middle though, huh? Okay, let's just put it in this corner. And you know, we'll just block it out. And it won't matter too much what we do with this floor because I don't think you'll really see up much. And we can always go under there and slap on some spruce slabs to make it a little non-noticeable. Maybe this is a little bigger than I envisioned. This isn't quite a stove, is it now? Maybe we'll do something like this so it feels a little smaller, even though it's kind of still taking up the same amount of space. And put a fire, like, right here. Okay, actually we definitely need this. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. And maybe something like so. Yeah, it's really too bad we don't have smooth stone like stairs or anything. Does this look bad how big it is? Because this is kind of big. Why do I like it though? I kind of like it. Maybe we'll, this is like my favorite thing to do. Add some iron bars around it. I don't know, should we put some diorite walls here as well? Maybe a full block. Okay, I feel like if we're gonna do this, we need something a little more than just that. It's kind of annoying how it gets in the way of the windows, but I'm not quite sure how to do a smaller one in this type of space. And why do I kind of dig that thing? And then let's go to the outside and kind of try and figure out where this is. Okay. Yes, and we'll put a little chimney. I don't know. I think most fire escapes actually do have a little chimney, but they're obviously much smaller for much smaller stoves, but who cares? And a cute shelf detail and this wall on top. And I think that'll look pretty good, yeah. All right, this is looking really cute. And oh my gosh, I just remembered something from Pinterest that I think will be fantastic. So obviously, typically only one person occupies a thing, so we'll just do one, but you could put some colored boots. I want to figure out how to dye boots in Java because apparently you don't dip it in a cauldron. Let me actually look this up. Wow, apparently I've been collecting stuff this entire time. Wow, trying to dye a fire, I guess. Okay. And look, it's a pair of stockings hanging on the fireplace. Isn't that so cute? And while we're feeling the festivities, let's put some festive colored candles up here. The angles for these aren't great, but I really wish this type of like stack was directional, so you could put, like, depending on how you were standing, you could have a little candle where you wanted, but it's okay. Maybe let's put the green ones back here though. And back here, a little flower pot I think would just look really nice. Okay, that's pretty freaking cute. Okay, I feel like the next thing to do is a tree. Obviously, we don't need a bed, we don't need any work blocks. We need a Christmas tree. Okay, I think we'll just do one like we typically do. Forgot to get leaves. Cute. Very cute. I don't want to know what the person who lives here had to do to get this up here. They're obviously a passionate, dedicated person. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay. This is turning out really cute. Now I think we'll do like a living area. Or let's get a bed. And let's figure out the bed situation. Maybe we'll have the headboard here, like so. Or we could put like a oak trapdoor on the back here. I guess it doesn't look too bad with it standing out since, I mean, I don't know, maybe they just like to look outside. Isn't that how things typically are in one of these. I don't really know what they look like on the inside, but I would imagine they'd have stuff kind of congregated away from the walls so you can, you know, look out easier. And I really do love how many of our builds we could see from right here. Okay, anyways, continuing on, maybe we'll have a little side table with a flower right here. Is that like, might be a little bit awkward. Why do I feel like we should do this for side table? Actually, I don't know. A full block is actually way too big right there. Maybe we'll just do this. We'll think about it. We'll think if it's too awkwardly placed. You know, I just had the thought, is there like, there's not really bathrooms up on fire lookouts. Do they have to go down the entire thing every time they want to go to the bathroom and they just go squat out there somewhere? Because some of them are like pretty tall. Imagine climbing 4 stories every time you've got to take a piss. Anyways, I feel like a cauldron right here. Maybe this is their store of water. I don't know if the work blocks over here should necessarily be standing away from the wall. It might start to get really awkward if we do that with our spacing, so we'll do this. Not really sure if we should do our smoker thing though, with the smoke beneath it. Yeah, maybe not. We'll do one of these. Wait, that's not what I meant to grab. I meant to grab a blast furnace so we could have a full collection. This is kind of difficult because we can't really stack the things up. I mean, we could like that, but like where are we gonna put storage? I'm thinking let's rotate this, and maybe we will throw this bed up against the wall. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Especially if we do this right here, because most of the bed won't even be covering the window. So put that there. And okay, now that I'm thinking about it, the cauldron feels out of place. So we'll put this in the kitchen. Maybe not in the corner, because I feel like it'd be nice to put something here that you could have a pot on top of. Rearrange those like so. And yeah, we'll have our cauldron with our water supply right there. Now, I think we really do need bookcases up here, because I don't know how else you're going to stay entertained. Throw some bookcases in here. Maybe we'll even have some on both sides of the fireplace. A chair. I feel like a chair would be very appropriate to just sit, chill, read. Should we do that here? Or should we do it closer to the fire? Maybe closer to the fire. I kind of want to put a rug right here. If we did a rug under the bed, we could just do wool blocks. What color would we want it to be? Ooh, of course. Let's stick with our Christmas colors. For some reason, I'm not loving this combo. Maybe we could swap the red out for like blue. Okay, I feel like that feels better. Maybe this person also just really likes plants, so we'll put quite a few of those around. Chests are kind of essential in all Minecraft builds. Ooh, how should we do this? Yes, I feel like the layout of this isn't working crazy well. Maybe let's do another rug type thing. Wait, why did I just get 2 purple carpets? I have no idea. How is that? It's looking pretty colorful in here. Perhaps let's see how this looks. Christmas colors. Okay, I do like that. It's very Christmassy. I want to put some presents over here, but I don't know if we quite have the space. Maybe we'll add these for just some tables. We still gotta put our boots in this to carry on the tradition of kicking our boots off by the door. What should we put over here? What are other things that we could plop on top of surfaces that aren't candles and flower pots? I know there's several things. I'm just forgetting all of them right now for some reason. Oh, maybe a light. We might want to put a light in this corner since we have the fire in that one. So maybe I'll move this cactus and then we can plop down a lantern right here. That makes the crafting table kind of hard to get to, but it's fine. Ooh, I don't know. Let's put a clock above the door. I'm really lost as to what to put around. I thought of these redstone torches, but this might look random. We just put one of those there. What if we pretend this is our radio? This is the radio. What would like represent a radio? A button? Because they radio in several times a day, do they not? We could put a wall. Oh, the glass is gonna connect to it. Well, we could still do this. That's our radio. That's actually kind of funny. I'm gonna keep it. I don't care. I'm not sure if there's too much else we could do with this interior. Honestly, this is cozy. I would live in this. I don't think it's one of our best, but it definitely works. And you know what? Let's do a weather test. Okay, this is the build. Maybe I should have done this before. The snow. I'm kind of liking how it came together. I feel like it's a little simple, maybe. I'm still liking it. And wait. One thing before we do anything is we should take some slabs, and I'm just gonna fill in this whole bottom to hide all of the odd things. Okay, that is all filled in. And let's try this with some shaders. And a night test. Okay, I do like this. Should we put lights down at the bottom too? I don't know if that would be like a thing or not. We'll keep it as is. And there's our ship all lit up. Yay! And you know, one thing I feel like we could totally add is a little rug to wipe our feet off on. Wow, okay. Okay, I think that is done. I feel like this turned out well. Although I did just have an idea for this. What if we did this so it looks like those were going up? Oh, I feel like that actually adds a lot. I'm gonna do that real quick. Yes, that is our finished product. Wow, this is a fantastic view. This kind of makes me want to build this on my server I'm on with my friends. I kind of want to try going on this staircase all the way from the bottom to the top. Okay, and just because I can, I think I'm gonna add one more thing. And that would be... Whoa, I cannot see. These every time... Okay, will that look good if we put this every... Oh yeah, I feel like this eats. Okay, yeah, this was definitely the right call. We're gonna put these redstone torches at all of these like cross beams. Oh yeah. This is absolutely fire. Okay, and now let's walk up from the bottom to see how treacherous this may be. Okay, this actually is not bad at all. That's actually pretty decent. The snow doesn't really render below us. That's kind of odd. And the inside... Wow, and what is it? Is it day 9? Yes, this is day 9. Where should we put the sign? Let's put it... Ooh, I feel like there's not like a perfect spot. We could put it here. Okay. Day 9. Oh, this is actually very cute. I did enjoy building this one a lot. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye!